Oh my God, this is actually happening. This is actually happening. We're on the brink of the World Cup. We are on the brink of the World Cup. Calm down. Hello and welcome back to another video on my channel. This is the preview for Algeria against Cameroon. It's the second leg of the third round of the African World Cup qualifying playoffs. So this is the final game of World Cup qualification in Qatar. It started on this channel over 2 years ago when we were drawn with Burkina Faso, Niger and Djibouti. Played that group stage out, drew Cameroon in the playoffs, won in Douala, and now we are here to the final encounter. It all comes down to this. The next time you see a video on this channel, Algeria will be either at the World Cup or they won't be. It's Algeria against Cameroon, with Algeria 1-0 up on aggregate going into the second leg, and that is absolutely massive, just like Algeria, because let me remind you that Algeria are indeed massive. We are unbelievably massive, like Kabir, whatever you call it, grande, berserk, massive. That's what we are. Anyway, let's talk about the game. So, of course, there are 5 African playoffs taking place all on the same day. By the end of the day, we will know the 5 African teams going to the World Cup in Qatar, and 4 of them could actually be Arab nations from North Africa. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this one pans out. Games can go to extra time and penalties if need be, so it could be a long evening. It starts off at 6 o'clock now, because the clocks have changed here, with Nigeria hosting Ghana in the second leg of the Jollof Rice Derby. I think Nigeria at home should be looking to take that one. Ghana did, this is the thing, right, even though Ghana were the better team and did quite well, ultimately it shows that they still didn't manage to win the game. Nigeria at home, that's going to be an immense atmosphere. I fully expect Nigeria to get the job done. If Ghana go there and put a stunt on Nigeria, that would be just incredible. The team will be lucky to get out of that stadium without being like attacked or something. So Nigeria, for me, will get that job done. I do think Senegal will also win the game against Egypt. I think Senegal can win by 2. We know that Egypt and Queiroz will go for a defensive masterclass like they did in the AFCON final. Well, like they did pretty much all of AFCON, really. They'll try to play for a draw. Egypt need a draw to go to the World Cup. They'll go for that. But with Senegal, with the home support in Dakar, I think that overrides playing a park the bus system. I think Senegal can win by 2. So I'm looking at Nigeria and Senegal to win the early games. And then it's the three Maghreb North African Hawa nations taking place at 8:30. Morocco hosting Congo. And again, I think Congo can put up a fight, but I think Morocco will get that job done in a Casablanca. So Morocco, for me, are going to advance out of that one and might even sack Halil Hodzic before the World Cup starts. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Tunisia taking on Mali as well, and Mali should have won the home game. A ridiculous own goal, a ridiculous red card. I think Mali will go to Tunisia and do something. Whether or not they will do something remains to be seen. Tunisia, not that big a home advantage as like Morocco, Algeria, Egypt. I don't think they have that sort of the ambience that some of the African teams can bring at home. That's why I think Mali have got a chance as well. Of course, a lot of their players playing in Europe, like pretty much their whole midfield, so they'll like the North African conditions. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mali did something there. So we'll go for Mali to get a result in Tunisia and ultimately make the World Cup for the first time, I believe. And that brings us on to Algeria against Cameroon. So what do we expect from this one? Well, Cameroon come into this game, they have to score in Blida. They can't come here and defend like we did in Douala. Cameroon have to come to Blida and they have to score at least once if they want any chance of making it to the World Cup. But what is their team going to look like? Well, Abubakar came off at half-time. If Abubakar is not fit, and they say they brought him off at half-time because he was not fit, well, that's going to be a huge bonus just when the team sheets come out. Even before a ball is kicked, if Mandy and Ben Lamry see that team sheet and see that Abubakar is not playing, that will give the team a boost, because he's the one guy, the top scorer of AFCON, that I was worried about. And as soon as he came off at half-time in the first leg, that was like, we've got a real chance here. So Abubakar is 50-50 to start, might come on, but are Cameroon bluffing again? Will Abubakar actually come into the side? Egypt bluffed. Egypt said Salah was out. He ended up playing. pretty much his goal, well, it was sort of his goal, led to the winner. So let's see if Abubakar is playing. We know what it's going to be like in Blida. The tickets going to be, well, it's going to be a sellout at 1 o'clock. I think the gates are opening at 1 in the afternoon, 7 hours before kickoff, 7.5 hours before. And then by the time it gets to 4, 5 p.m, just going to be an electric atmosphere, cheering, dancing. By the time it gets to 8:30, carnival atmosphere in Blida, an unbelievable event. There's going to be, I'm sure Algerians, not just in Algeria, but across the world, are looking to celebrate this one. I know in Algeria, people that aren't even going to the game are going to be watching on a big screen. The 5th July stadium, which is not being used, will be showing the game on a big screen. So if you're in Algeria, get down to the 5th July stadium. In London, there's a watch-along at University College London campus on a big screen, on a projector. There's Trafalgar Square celebrations planned, should Algeria make it to the World Cup, with fireworks in the sky and things like that. So, of course, you've got Paris, America, Australia, Canada, all over the world. We're just massive. That's how massive we are. Let's look at what sort of team Belmadi is going to field. Now, I think we should go to a 4 at the back here, and there's a few reasons for this. Rice and Bolhi in goal, really, really good. Amazing experience he showed in that first leg against Cameroon. And Bolhi in goal, right back, we can go for Atal, we can go for Beniarda. Now, Atal attacking offers you a lot more. Beniarda in that defensive unit, not as good going forward, can offer you defensive capabilities. I think you have to go 4 at the back at home, and I bring in Yusuf Atal back for this game with Badre now injured perhaps. Mandy and Ben Lamry in that central defensive pair in the middle. Now, of course, the left-back position is the big conundrum because of the suspension to Rami Ben Sabani. And now we thought Belmadi would draft in a player to cover this left-back position, and he hasn't, which means Belmadi has already picked who is going to be the left-back. He knows who he's going to put there. He's got a plan. Didn't feel like he needed to bring someone in. He's got the lad Lawafi that he can put there. I don't think he will. I think we're steering and gearing towards an Ahmed Touba at left back. This is a position that he has played in the Eredivisie before. Touba can play at left back. He's young, he's fit, he can do a real job there. So I think Touba's going to start at left back. The players that Belmadi decided to draft in, to the surprise of many, was Saeed Benrahma. Now, Benrahma wasn't picked in the original squad. We had just the one left winger in Belali. Belmadi's come out in the press conference today and said Benrahma was on the preliminary list and he wanted an attacking player to come in for the Cameroon game, which to me suggests 4 at the back. We're going to play on the front foot. But I might even throw Benrahma into this starting lineup. We'll get to the attack. Midfield, Benassa is going to play for sure. Yes, he would get a suspension if he got a yellow, but we can't really talk about planning for the World Cup. We've got to get there first. So let's get there. Benassa, Zerouki. Now, I thought Faguli was going to play as that third centre mid. Faguli didn't train today. Faguli not seen in training, wasn't pictured in training, came on in the first leg. So if Faguli's not training today, again, it could be another bluff by Belmadi. I can't really put Faguli into this team, which leaves me with a bit of a conundrum. So do you go Gudiora? Do you go Bundubka? I don't know. I'm going to throw Gudiora in with Benassa and Zerouki in front of them if Faguli has not trained. Slimani up front, Mahrez captain on the right, Benrahma on the left. Now, bringing Benrahma in, Benrahma, my accent changes. The Cameroon, video team were expecting Benrahma not to be involved. Suddenly we bring him in and it's another wild card. Do we throw Benrahma into that team? Probably not. Probably not. We'll probably see him. Is he going to play left wing back? We don't know. He could play 5 at the back with Saïd and left wing back. Belali did get the assist for the goal against Cameroon in the first leg with that free kick for the Slimani header. So Belali should stay on that left-hand side. But what a decision to bring Saïd Benrahma back into this team. So that's sort of how I see the lineup going. But the key factor here is not these 11 men. It's the 12th man, the fans. Now, these fans have not had a sellout at home for a long time because of the pandemic, because of the CAF restrictions. You see the CAF Champions League games. Still no fans in those. This is going to be unbelievable. Now, CAF said we're going to have a like 70-80% capacity. No chance, mate. We're going to fill it and then some. That's going to be rocking. I think the fans are going to get us over the line. I think we could even draw this game and it'll be enough. I could see us drawing this 1-1. Because as excited as everyone is in, as soon as the whistle goes and the game kicks off, nerves are going to kick in. The players are going to be buzzing, but nervous because their legs are going to be jangling. You know, we're so close to a World Cup. Like, we've already booked the plane. We just need to get on it, right? That's what we need to do. And the draw is so soon. So for me, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we drew this game 1-1. A bit like when we had the group stage and Burkina Faso came and we just needed to draw. There were some nerves there and we drew 2-2 to Burkina Faso to get to this playoff point. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happened again if this was a 1-1 or a 2-2. So I'm actually going to predict a draw here that takes Algeria to the World Cup. I'm going to predict 1-1. And of course, Algeria in nearly 40 games have never lost in Blida. MashaAllah, never lost in Blida. That's massive. You're asking a group of Cameroon players to come here to a stadium away from home to win here when no other team has ever done it there ever. That's a big ask, and that will play a part in the Cameroon minds, and that's probably why we picked Blida as opposed to that 5th July stadium. So that's how I see that game going. I think we will get to the World Cup, inshallah, and the celebrations will begin, and then it's all eyes on that draw of who we can get. We've got so many permutations about that World Cup draw. It's a fascinating video coming up soon. I'm sure you'll love it. But this is it, guys. This is it. It all comes down to this. 8 years since Algeria were at a World Cup. Still the last African team to get to the last 16 of a World Cup, despite the fact we didn't go to Russia because all 5 went out in the bloody group stage. This is it. Cameroon have got nothing to lose. They're going to give it everything. They're going to not give up without a fight. Bakary Gassama from Gambia refereeing this one. Refereed a few controversial games at AFCON. We've got European VAR officials. We didn't really see VAR in the first leg. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of it in the second leg. And of course, Slimani and Benassa are 1 yellow away from missing the first group game of the World Cup group stage. So, Algeria against Cameroon, I'll predict 1-1. Best of luck to the lads. You know, just give it your all. You could make a lot of people happy in Algeria. This could make a lot of people, you know, just have this to look forward to at the end of the year after a tough pandemic. This could mean so much to so many people. This is massive. It genuinely is massive. For a place at the World Cup, we've done the hard part. Play out a draw, or a win, of course, in front of your people, in your country, and take them to a World Cup and spark mass celebrations worldwide. Algeria versus Cameroon. I'll see you guys after, inshallah.